Hey guys, Jen here from Purdee Planner. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to plan in my Hobonichi for the week of June 1st through the 7th. This is my health and fitness planner. So I'm going to use this kit from Beyond Paper Flowers. I have a whole bunch of other stickers pulled off to the side that we'll pull in, and I'll tell you who those are from as we go. I know in my last video I kind of started talking about my trucker husband and what I'm crocheting, so I didn't want to leave you hanging for too long, but I am working on a blanket, like I said, and date dots from my shop. So I had created I made a queen size blanket for him to start with. It was a blanket that I started way back when we were dating. We have now been married for almost 11 years. Okay. And in that amount of time, and we dated for a year. Well, we dated for 6 months before we got engaged. We were engaged for a year before we got married. Okay. We're at 11 years being married in July. So I started the blanket back when we were dating. And it kind of sat for a good long time in a tote bag with all the yarn for it. It was only about maybe a third of the way done by the time we got married. So it wasn't that far along yet. But it's kind of crooked there. So it kind of sat, and it sat, and it sat some more. And from time to time, my husband would give me hints that he's like, I'm never going to get that blanket. I'm never going to get that blanket. Never going to get it because, on occasion I would take it out and I'd work on it. But when you have a shop that's all you do is crochet, and you crochet for other people, you don't always stop and work on your own personal projects. And then when you're me, blankets are not my favorite thing to make. I don't know. I love to crochet, but when you're doing that much of the same exact stitch over and over and over and over again without any sort of change in the pattern or anything, you kind of just get bored after a while. And a queen size blanket, at that point I had never actually made something that large, so it was a little daunting too. So from time to time while he'd be gone, I'd pull it out and just do a little bit of it. But, we had passed 10 years and he still hadn't gotten his blanket. So last year I want to say around October time frame, I started picking it up and working on it more. And with him being gone on the road so much, it's so much easier to surprise him with things like that. And it's just because, you know, he's not seeing it out and being worked on or anything like that. So by him being gone, I'm able to surprise him with it. So what I did was, starting around, I want to say it was about October time frame, I started seriously working on it more. And once we got past, I think, the Black Friday sale for TPC, I spent like the majority of my days doing nothing but crocheting that blanket. I worked so hard day in and day out to get it finished. Okay, so I pulled out these. I made this for me because I like to know what month it is, and I know I can see through this, but I can't always see through here. So some of my other spreads I'd show you, but you know, it's kind of personal. So I won't, which is kind of why I'm covering this a little bit, because I realized there's some, I might put a sticker sheet in there. You can kind of see through it a little bit. So but yeah, so I ended up, not trying to stab myself. These are sharp, perfect Prince Co tweezers. But you'd be surprised how much I fling them around. I do write my foods here is what these checklists will be for, is what I eat. Not what I plan to eat, what I actually eat. So I did end up finishing it for him finally and gave it to him for Christmas, which was something he wasn't expecting at all. But I literally was taking all of my time for several weeks on end working on getting it done. And it's the very first one that I've done that is that large. I had made a twin size before, but that's the largest one I've ever made. So right now it's actually currently sitting on our bed. He did take it in the truck with him for a little while, but he team drives, which means he has someone else in the truck with him at all times. I'm looking for, where are they? They are there. These are hydrate stickers from Plan with Peggy Co. I love both these little bitty ones as well as her regular size ones. The regular size ones fit really well in here as well. They fill, I can show you how big they are. They're this size, and they do fit nicely within these boxes, in case you're wondering. I actually used those ones for a long time before I realized these ones were even available. So I kind of alternate between them. And then we're going to use these from Cheerful Planner Girl. They're her mini sneakers. She has some itty bitty ones as well. And I think I might need some more because I'm getting lower on these. I have one more sheet, and I use these every single week pretty much in here. But I think we're going to use the black. Or that blue? No, I think the black. So let's do the sneakers first. Let's use the black, the pink, and the purple, I think. Yeah. So, what was I saying? He finally got his blanket. Yeah, he's a team driver. He has someone in the truck with him at all times. And, you know, they're friends. It's all good. But, he's very protective over that blanket. But can you blame him? The guy waited over 10 years for it. Knowing. So he's very, very protective. And so, and his teammates sometimes would, you know, pull things when he'd come home, take some things out of the truck to his apartment to use. And he definitely wanted to make sure that the blanket did not go anywhere. He's so protective over that one. It's in colors that he loves, and just he's a Detroit Lions fan. His family's from Michigan originally, so I made it in blue and gray colors. So yeah, he's very protective over it. So he's decided that one's gonna stay home. He's like, now I need a twin size for the truck. Plus, it was a little big for in the truck because those bunks are not that big. They're, you know, a twin size. And so what I decided to do was go ahead and take my scrap yarn. So some skeins of yarn, I had like a small ball of yarn left from projects I'd been working on, and sometimes I have you know, larger amounts, but regardless of how much I have, I have a lot of yarn because I used to have a shop, which I'll talk more about in a minute. So what I do here is, obviously, I write down my foods, and then I write down how many steps for the day, and then of course keep track of how much water I'm actually drinking. I usually do drink a lot of water in a day. So over here, what I use this for is a variety of things. I usually put down the bottom half here my goals for the week, and then some other things that I'll show you here as we go. So yeah, this right here, I go get allergy shots on Tuesdays just because that's the day I've chosen to go get them. So I've made myself allergy shot scripts, and these are from Creative Cavern Studio. She actually closed this shop down. However, she has opened a printable shop now called the Designing Dog, and I know she has the Aspen character. I'm not sure if she has this. Wow, slippy hands today. I'm not sure if she has this sheet in there or not, but she also has a bunny. I want to say Avery is the bunny's name. I also have the bunny shots one as well from her. So check her out. I will have all these shops linked down below. Let's use this pretty box down here. I have been using up the scrap yarn balls to do a blanket in the twin size for him. It's not going to be the prettiest blanket in the world. These are also something I made for myself. Just basic goal script. If I could get, there we go, the sticker. And we'll go ahead and put the habit tracker over here. I don't usually track 3, but since it's got 3, I honestly don't usually need a lot of habit trackers because I'm in the habit of doing it, so I don't necessarily need to mark it, but you know, for the sake of doing some of it. Vitamin stickers that I made for myself, and then I have a couple other things that I can track, so I'll write those in since I don't have fancy stickers for them. So yeah, I used to have a shop called The Craft Penguin. Almost sounds familiar, right? Craft Penguin Planner, The Craft Penguin. That's where Craft Penguin Planner came from, actually. So let's put down, I guess since we're working on our goals, these are stickers from Keep It Simple Stickers, her little bit. She actually has a mix sheet that has this on it, this Eating Healthy sticker. But I've asked Jackie if she could make like a full sheet for me, and I have one more full sheet after this because I use these every week in here because eating healthy is a goal. I'm working on losing weight. I'm down about pretty close to 40 pounds, I think, since I really started taking it extra serious in November. So I'm working hard on that, and I'm really proud of myself. But eating healthy is one of my normal weekly goals. Let's use a pink one. Another one, I usually put some sort of fitness related goal here. So I use another little bit. I've already used the big bit here, but let's use the bigger one because I have a bunch more of them and I have the space, sort of. So I'll just write in a little goal there, and then we'll put this one here, and I write in my step goal for the week, like how many steps per day I would like to hit. So that's that. The Craft Penguin, I used to crochet a whole lot. I think I mentioned it in the last video. I did amigurumi, which is crochet stuffed animals. But I think I'm going to put these down, not because I have things going on, but just because they're pretty and I want to use them. So, yeah, okay, we're good there. I did a lot of custom work. These I made for myself. These are from Purdee Planner. I use these Monday through Thursday. My friend Kelly and I do goal day challenges. Sometimes we do other challenges with our Fitbit as well. So I like to just put these down here to remind me that we are doing those. But yeah, I used to crochet the amigurumis a whole lot, and I don't want to put it here. No, I'll put it here. Keep it in line. I plan linear a lot of times. So that got to the point of being so busy. Most of it was custom work. I'd have a lot of things in my shop, but I also had like a whole page of all the colors of yarns and stuff, and so they could order any of the amigurumis in choose any color that they wanted. It was awesome. So you had so many different things you could choose from. But I'd also get requests for custom items that I literally would either find a pattern for, or I would design the pattern myself, which I did do a lot of. But it got to the point of my hand hurting too much and I had to close it. But that was after Craft Penguin Planner started. It got so busy that these are from my shop. They are weigh-in foldables. As you can see, I'm just about out of this sheet. I got so busy that I ended up getting tired of using a notebook and tearing pages out. So I decided it was time to get an actual planner. And that is when I got into planning, because I went to Michael's and bought one that they had based off of the cover. At the time, they only had 2 box sets. They had one that was a classic Happy Planner and one that was a big Happy Planner. I didn't know the difference at the time, but I sure learned really quickly. So, I usually weigh myself on Mondays. Like I said, I'm just about 40 pounds down since November. So I've been keeping track of that. And then on Fridays, I charge my Fitbit while I plan with Kelly. So yeah, when I found out that there weren't a whole lot of stickers for the big, this was back before they started doing the memory planners, before they started marketing the big as a memory planner. So yeah, it was really hard to find big Happy Planner stickers. I want to use that bow. I should have put it above the goals here, but I didn't. So that's really what started my shop, was because I decided to go ahead and start making stickers for me and for Kelly, because she actually bought a big Happy Planner the same week. Maybe I'll just stick it up here above the weigh-in. And I decided, well, since I'm having trouble finding it and she's having trouble finding it, I'm sure there's other people having trouble finding stickers for the big. So that's where I started deciding, well, if I'm making it for me anyway, let's start Craft Penguin Planner. So I piggybacked off of the name. All right, so I think that's all I have. I put in my goal days, my allergy shots. I will write in my goals for the week. If I usually don't have stuff that happens on Saturdays and Sundays, which is why I tend to block off this bottom here. But these I kind of still continue across the days into the grid. I want to make sure I have enough room to write in my meals. So, but if I have anything else that comes up through the week that I need to, like if I use my inhaler, I'll put a thing down here that says I use my inhaler. Like this week, I had a migraine on Wednesday, so I put a sticker here and I track that. So I use this area functionally for a lot of that. If I have space like these, I could write in here for those days as well. So, and if I had any like doctor's appointments or anything, I'd put that in here too. So that is the final spread. And I guess we will have to pick up on the Craft Penguin going into Craft Penguin Planner story another time too. How about that? Wasn't planning that. All right, well, I won't keep you. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will have all the shops linked down below. This is all I have left that will go into my reusable album. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.